Kang Su opened his eyes to white walls and bright lights. His head felt heavy, like someone had filled it with thick mud. He tried to remember where he was, but the memories slipped away like water through his fingers. The room was small and clean, too clean. The walls had no scratches or marks. The floor reflected the ceiling lights perfectly. Everything smelled like chemicals that burned his nose. He sat up on the narrow bed and looked at his hands. They were pale and thin, but he could see old scars on his knuckles. Scars from fights he could not remember. A door opened with a soft hiss. A tall figure walked in. It looked almost human, but its skin was gray and its eyes were too large. It wore a white coat and carried a small device that beeped softly. "Subject 7 is awake," the creature said in perfect human language. Its voice was flat and cold. "I am Dr. Yoon Ha. You will answer my questions." Kang Su stared at the alien doctor. Something deep in his chest burned with anger, but he did not know why. "Where am I?" "You are in Imperial Facility 447. You have been here for 6 months. Dr. Yoon Ha looked at the device in its hands. "The memory extraction was successful. You should remember nothing from your previous life." Memory extraction. The words hit Kang Su like a punch to the stomach. Images flashed through his mind. Fire. Screaming. A woman's face covered in tears. Then the images vanished, leaving only emptiness. "What did you take from me?" Kang Su's voice was rough from not speaking. "Everything that made you dangerous," Dr. Yoon Ha replied. "Your name was Kang Su. You fought against the Galactic Empire. You lost. Now you are nothing." But Kang Su did not feel like nothing. Deep inside, something burned like a small flame that refused to die. He could not remember what he had lost, but he knew it was important. Very important. Dr. Yoon Ha asked many questions. What did he remember about Earth? Nothing. What did he remember about the Resistance? Nothing. What did he remember about military plans? Nothing. But with each question, Kang Su felt that small flame grow a little brighter. "Interesting," Dr. Yoon Ha said after an hour of questions. "Most subjects become empty shells after the procedure. You still have personality. This requires further study." 2 guards came to take Kang Su away. They were not human either. They had thick gray skin and moved like machines. Their weapons looked powerful enough to cut through metal. Kang Su did not fight them. Not yet. They walked through long white hallways. Through windows, Kang Su saw space and stars. They were on a station or ship far from any planet. Other doors lined the hallways. Behind some doors, he heard crying. Behind others, nothing at all. The guards put him in a larger room with other prisoners. Most sat on the floor staring at nothing. Their eyes were empty like broken dolls. But one woman looked up when he entered. She was human, with short black hair and a thin face. Her eyes still had life in them. "New arrival," she whispered to Kang Su when the guards left. "I am Lee Na. Been here 8 months. You still have your mind?" "Some of it." Kang Su sat next to her. "They took my memories." "They take everyone's memories, but some fight back better than others." Lee Na looked around to make sure no guards were watching. "The ones who remember nothing become vegetables. The ones who remember a little go crazy. The ones who remember just enough." She smiled sadly. "We burn with anger." That night, Kang Su lay on his thin mattress and tried to remember. He focused on the burning feeling in his chest. Slowly, images came back. A city on fire. Bodies in the street. Soldiers in strange armor, shooting people who ran. And through it all, that woman's face. She was important. She was everything. But he could not remember her name. The next day brought more questions from Dr. Yoon Ha. This time, the alien doctor used a machine that sent electricity into Kang Su's brain. The pain was terrible, but it also brought back more memories. He saw himself in military uniform. He saw other humans listening to his orders. He saw battle plans and star maps. "You were a leader," Dr. Yoon Ha said with surprise. "A strategic commander. No wonder they wanted your memories extracted personally by the Emperor's scientists. The Emperor. That name made the flame in Kang Su's chest burn hotter. He remembered a throne room with golden walls. He remembered kneeling in chains while someone laughed. He remembered watching that woman die while he could do nothing to save her. Dr. Yunha noticed his reaction. You remember something. What do you see? I see fire, Kang Su said quietly. I see your empire burning. The alien doctor stepped back. Impossible. The memory blocks are too strong. You cannot remember enough to be dangerous. But Kang Su was already dangerous. Every day more memories returned. Not the details, but the feelings. The anger. The love. The desperate need to make them pay for what they had taken from him. During the daily work period, prisoners cleaned the station and served food to the guards. Kang Su watched everything. He counted guards and memorized their routines. He studied the station's layout. He looked for weapons and weak points. His tactical mind was still working, even without his memories to guide it. Li Na helped him. She had been a pilot before capture and knew about ships and space stations. Together they began to plan. Not escape, not yet. But resistance, small acts of defiance that would grow into something bigger. Why do you still fight? Kang Su asked her one night. They took everything from us. Li Na touched a scar on her neck. They took my memories of my family. But they could not take the love I felt for them. That love burns like fuel. It keeps me alive when I should be dead. Kang Su understood. His flame was not just anger. It was love for something he had lost. Love for that woman whose name he could not remember. Love for the people who had died while he watched. Love for humanity itself. 2 weeks later, during transport to the medical wing, Kang Su made his first move. A guard got too close while unlocking his restraints. Kang Su moved faster than anyone expected. His hands found the guard's throat. Before the alien could react, for 5 seconds he squeezed. For 5 seconds he let them know that their memory extraction had failed. Then other guards pulled him away and beat him unconscious. When he woke up back in his cell, Dr. Yunha was waiting. That was foolish, the alien said. You gained nothing. Kang Su smiled through his split lip and swollen eye. I gained something very important, Doctor. What? I remembered that I know how to kill. That night, as punishment alarms echoed through the station, Kang Su lay in darkness and felt his memories stirring. They had taken most of what made him human, but they had left just enough for him to remember one crucial thing. He was Kang Su. He was a soldier. He was humanity's weapon, and he was going to burn their empire down. 3 days after attacking the guard, Kang Su was put to work in the station's maintenance section. The guards thought hard labor would break his spirit. They were wrong. The work gave him access to places other prisoners never saw. His supervisor was an alien called Kim Do. Unlike the others, Kim Do had blue skin and gentle eyes. He moved quietly and spoke in whispers. Most importantly, he watched Kang Su with curiosity instead of hatred. You are different from the other humans, Kim Do said while they fixed broken pipes in the lower levels. The others have empty eyes. Yours still burn. Kang Su said nothing. He had learned to be careful with words, but he studied Kim Do. The alien's hands shook sometimes. His voice carried sadness. This was someone who knew suffering. My people were conquered 60 years ago, Kim Do continued. The Empire took our world and made us slaves. I understand the fire in your eyes. That made Kang Su look up. Then, why do you work for them? Because dead slaves help nobody, Kim Do replied. But living slaves can sometimes help each other. Over the following weeks, Kang Su learned more about the station. It was called Facility 447, and it orbited a dying star. The Empire used it to break the minds of dangerous prisoners from many worlds. Humans were special cases because their minds fought back harder than others. The work triggered more memories. When Kang Su held tools, his hands remembered how to use weapons. When he saw star charts, his mind remembered battle formations. When he heard explosions from the station's weapon tests, he remembered the sound of cities falling. One day, while cleaning the communication center, a powerful memory hit him like lightning. He saw himself in a military command room. Charts covered the walls. Other officers looked at him with respect and fear. A woman stood beside him, pointing at a star map. "The third moon of Kepler has good defenses," she said in the memory. "If we can hold it for 6 months, the civilians can escape to the outer colonies." Her voice was warm and strong. She wore a pilot's uniform. Her name was right there in his mind. But when he reached for it, the memory faded. "Commander Shin Yu always said you were the best strategic mind in the resistance," the woman continued. "That is why they want you alive. Your knowledge could save the Empire years of hunting down human colonies." Commander Shin Yu. That name brought back more pieces. An older man with gray hair and steady hands. Kang Su's superior officer. Someone who trusted him with humanity's secrets. "You remember something?" Kim Do said quietly. Kang Su realized he had stopped working and was staring at nothing. "Just fragments, pieces of a life I used to have. The memory extraction process is not perfect," Kim Do whispered. "Strong emotions can break through the blocks. Love, hate, fear. These things live deeper than surface thoughts." That night, Na helped Kang Su understand what was happening to him. They sat in the corner of the prisoner quarters, speaking in voices too low for the listening devices to hear. "I was a shuttle pilot," Na said. "I remember because I loved flying more than breathing. They could not erase that feeling." She touched her temple. "The memories come back when I touch things that meant something to me. Try it." Kang Su closed his eyes and thought about the woman from his memory. He could not remember her name, but he remembered how she made him feel. Safe. Complete. Loved. The memory expanded. He saw her face more clearly now. She had kind eyes and a quick smile. She was a pilot like Na. She flew dangerous missions to evacuate civilians from worlds under attack, and she loved him. "Park-ji," he whispered without thinking. "What?" Na asked. "Park-ji, that was my sister." The memory was suddenly crystal clear. A young woman with his same stubborn chin and bright eyes. She had died in the first wave of attacks on Earth. He had held her broken body while the city burned around them. More memories flooded back. His family, his friends, his comrades in the resistance. All dead, all killed by the empire that now held him prisoner. The next day, Kim Do showed Kang Su something that changed everything. While they worked on the station's communication array, Kim Do produced a small device from his toolkit. "This is a quantum transmitter," he said carefully. "It can send messages across the galaxy without being detected. My people built them before the conquest." "Why are you showing me this?" Kang Su asked. "Because someone is trying to contact this station. Someone who speaks human languages." Kang Su's heart jumped. "Survivors? Listen for yourself." Kim Do activated the device. Through the static, a voice came through. Human. Male. Speaking with authority. "This is Han Sol of the Mining Colony Defense Force. Any human survivors in Imperial custody, please? Respond. We are coordinating resistance efforts across 7 systems. Earth may be gone, but humanity lives." Kang Su grabbed the transmitter. "This is Kang Su. I am in Facility 447. There are other humans here." The response came quickly. "Kang Su? The strategic commander from Earth Defense? We thought you were dead." "Not dead. Captured. They took my memories, but they are coming back. Thank the stars. We need your tactical knowledge. The Empire is using human memory extracts to hunt down our colonies. They have found 12 settlements in the past month." Ice filled Kang Su's veins. His memories contained the locations of dozens of hidden colonies, safe worlds where human refugees had fled. If the Empire accessed that information, thousands would die. "How long do we have?" he asked. "Unknown. but we are planning a coordinated strike against Imperial facilities in 6 weeks. If you can escape or cause disruption from inside, it would help greatly. 6 weeks. Kang Su looked around the communication center. This station was heavily defended and far from any human worlds. Escape seemed impossible, but disruption, that was different. I will do what I can, he promised. Over the following days, Kang Su shared what he learned with Li Na and the few other prisoners who still had working minds. There were only 8 humans left who could think clearly. The others had been broken completely by the memory extraction. Together, they began to plan, not escape, but sabotage. They would make the Empire pay for every day they held human prisoners. More importantly, they would prevent the Empire from accessing the memories of other captured humans. Kim Do helped by providing information about the station's weak points. The power generators were old and could be overloaded. The life support systems had manual overrides. The detention areas could be locked down from the inside. Why help us? Kang Su asked him one day. Because my people are still slaves, Kim Do replied. If humans can fight back, maybe others will remember how to fight too. 3 weeks into their planning, Dr. Yun Ha began more aggressive memory probes. The alien doctor had noticed Kang Su's improved mental state and wanted to understand how it was possible. The probes were painful, but they had an unexpected effect. Each time Dr. Yun Ha tried to dig deeper into Kang Su's mind, more memories surfaced. The alien was accidentally helping him remember. During one session, Kang Su remembered the woman from his first vision. Her name was Song Min. She was not just a pilot. She was the love of his life. And she was dead, killed defending a transport full of children while Kang Su watched from his command ship. The memory of her death brought such rage that Kang Su broke free from the restraints and nearly strangled Dr. Yun Ha before the guards stopped him. Fascinating, Dr. Yun Ha gasped afterward. Your brain is rebuilding neural pathways faster than we can block them. The human mind is more resilient than we calculated. That night, Kang Su contacted Han Sol again. I remember more, now including why the Empire fears us. Tell me, human consciousness is not like other species. We adapt. We overcome. We rebuild what is broken. Kang Su looked around at his fellow prisoners. They can take our memories, but they cannot take what makes us human. Our ability to hope, to love, to fight against impossible odds. Then we fight, Han Sol said. Coordinate with us. In 3 weeks we strike together. Show them that humanity cannot be broken. Kang Su smiled in the darkness of the communication center. His memories were still incomplete, but his purpose was clear. The Empire had made a mistake. They thought taking his memories would make him helpless. Instead, they had given him the perfect position to burn their facility down from the inside. The war was far from over. 2 weeks before the coordinated resistance strike, everything changed. General Lim Wu arrived at Facility 447 with a fleet of warships and new orders. The Empire had detected unusual activity from human colonies and suspected organized resistance. Kang Su watched through the maintenance deck windows as massive ships took positions around the station. Each ship carried enough firepower to destroy a planet. General Lim Wu was not taking chances. The situation has escalated, Kim Do whispered, while they pretended to repair ventilation systems. General Lim Wu has authorization to execute all human prisoners if necessary. How long do we have? Kang Su asked. Days, maybe less. He is interrogating Dr. Yun Ha about your memory recovery. That afternoon, guards dragged Kang Su to a new interrogation room. This one was larger and filled with advanced equipment. General Lim Wu waited inside. The alien commander was tall and covered in metallic scales that gleamed under the lights. His eyes were black and cold. So you are the human who remembers, General Lim Wu said. His voice sounded like grinding metal. Dr. Yun Ha tells me your mind rebuilds what we erase. Impossible, but interesting. What do you want? Kang Su asked. The locations of human colonies, the names of resistance leaders, military codes and defensive positions. General Lim Wu activated a device that made the air hum with energy. You will tell me everything, or I will tear the information from your dying brain. The new interrogation device was worse than anything Dr. Yun Ha had used. It sent waves of agony through Kang Su's entire nervous system. But pain brought clarity. With each wave of torture, more memories returned. He saw himself planning the evacuation of Earth. He remembered which colonies had the best defenses and which were vulnerable. He knew the names of every resistance leader still alive. The empires. Torture was giving him back everything they had tried to take. "I can see you remembering," General Lim Wu said with satisfaction. "Your brain patterns show complete memory restoration. Now speak." Kang Su looked the alien general in the eyes and smiled through the blood running down his face. "I remember everything now. Every battle, every loss, every reason to hate you. Then you know you have lost. Tell me what I want to know and I will make your death quick." "I know something better than colony locations," Kang Su said. "I know your weakness." General Lim Wu leaned closer. "Speak. You fear us, all of you, the entire empire." Kang Su's voice grew stronger despite his pain. "You fear humans because we do not break the way other species break. You have conquered 1,000 worlds, but none of them fight back the way we do. Enough. Give me the colony locations or watch your fellow prisoners die slowly." But Kang Su was not finished. "You use memory extraction because you cannot understand how we think. Our chaos confuses your ordered minds. Our willingness to die for ideas instead of just survival terrifies you." General Lim Wu struck him across the face. "Your words change nothing. You are defeated. Your species is nearly extinct." "Are we?" Kang Su laughed. "Then why do you need a general and a fleet to guard 8 prisoners? Why does the Emperor himself send orders about how to handle us?" The alien general's expression shifted slightly. Uncertainty crept into his black eyes. Kang Su pressed his advantage. "We scare you because you know that as long as one human remains alive, your empire is not safe. We carry something you cannot extract or destroy. The knowledge that freedom is worth any sacrifice." That night, General Lim Wu increased security throughout the station. More guards, more sensors, more restrictions on prisoner movement. But the increased security gave Kang Su valuable intelligence about the station's defenses. He shared everything with Han Sol during their final communication before the resistance strike. "The station has 37 guards, but half are maintenance personnel with light weapons," Kang Su reported. "The power core is protected by only 6 combat troops. If you can create a distraction, I can reach it." "What kind of distraction?" Han Sol asked. "Make them think you are attacking from outside. While they focus on your ships, I will sabotage the station from within." "That is suicide. The power core explosion will destroy everything within 10 kilometers. Kang Su thought about Song Min and Park Ji, about Commander Shin Yu and all the others who had died fighting the Empire. Some things are worth dying for. "Kang Su, we need you alive. Your tactical knowledge could help us win this war. My tactical knowledge is what got humanity into this situation. I failed to protect Earth. I failed to save the people I loved." Kang Su's voice was steady. "Let me make it right." 2 days later, the resistance strike began. Han Sol's ships appeared at the edge of the system and began attacking Imperial patrols. General Lim Wu immediately ordered all combat personnel to defensive positions, leaving the station's interior lightly guarded. Kang Su moved through the maintenance tunnels with Li Na and Kim Do. The other human prisoners had volunteered to create distractions throughout the station. They knew it was a suicide mission, but they also knew their sacrifice might save thousands of other humans. "The power core is through this access tunnel," Kim Do explained as explosions shook the station. "But the radiation levels are lethal. You will have maybe 10 minutes before the exposure kills you." 10 minutes is enough," Kang Su said. He turned to Li Na. "Make sure the other prisoners reach the escape pods. Get them to Han Sol's ships." Li Na grabbed his arm. "Come with us. We can find another way." "There is no other way. This station processes 50 prisoners every month. If it stays operational, hundreds more humans will die." Kang Su pulled free from her grip. "Besides, Song Min is waiting for me." Before Li Na could argue further, Kang Su crawled into the access tunnel leading to the power core. The radiation detectors on his stolen maintenance suit immediately began clicking rapidly. He ignored them. The tunnel was narrow and hot. Emergency lights flashed red as the station's automated systems detected the approaching fleet battle. Kang Su crawled forward, following Kim Do's directions toward the station's heart. Behind him, he heard fighting as the other prisoners battled guards throughout the station. Explosions echoed through the metal walls. Han Sol's attack was working. General Lim Wu was too busy defending against the external threat to notice the internal sabotage. The power core chamber was a vast room filled with humming machinery. The core itself was a sphere of contained energy that provided power to the entire facility. Destroying it would cripple the Empire's memory extraction program in this sector. Kang Su found the control console and began entering the overload sequence Kim Do had taught him. His hands moved quickly despite the growing weakness from radiation exposure. The procedure would take 8 minutes to complete. Warning: unauthorized access detected in power core chamber, the station's computer announced. Security teams, respond immediately. Through the chamber's observation windows, Kang Su could see the battle raging in space. Han Sol's small fleet was outnumbered, but fighting brilliantly. Explosions lit up the darkness as ships died on both sides. Guards began trying to break through the chamber's sealed doors. Kang Su had maybe 3 minutes before they succeeded. The overload sequence needed 5 more minutes to complete. He drew the weapon he had taken from a dead guard and prepared to make his final stand. Songmin's face appeared clearly in his mind for the first time since his capture. She was smiling, the way she looked when they talked about the future they would never have. "I kept my promise," he whispered to her memory. "I remembered you. I remembered all of you." The chamber doors exploded inward. General Lim Wu led the assault personally, his scales glowing with rage. "Step away from the controls, human." "Too late," Kang Su replied. "Overload sequence is locked. This station dies in 90 seconds. General Lim Wu raised his weapon. "Then you die now." "I died the day you took her from me," Kang Su said. "This is just finishing the job." The alien general fired. The energy blast threw Kang Su against the control console, but his body blocked the emergency shutdown button. The overload sequence continued. As darkness closed around his vision, Kang Su heard the most beautiful sound in the universe, the power core beginning to collapse. In 60 seconds, Facility 447 would be gone. Hundreds of future victims would be saved. And somewhere in the growing light of the explosion, he thought he heard Song Min calling his name. Kang Su woke up in chains. The explosion had not killed him. At the last second, General Lim Wu had activated the station's emergency containment field around the power core. The blast had been contained, but barely. Half the station was destroyed, and Facility 447 was now a crippled wreck drifting in space. But it was still operational. The memory extraction equipment had survived, and Kang Su was still a prisoner. "You cost me 300 personnel and 6 months of research, General," Lim Wu said. The alien commander looked tired and angry. Burns covered one side of his scaled face. "But you gave me something more valuable." "What?" Kang Su's voice was weak. The radiation exposure had nearly killed him. "Proof that humans can be broken. You failed, human. Your sacrifice accomplished nothing except to show how desperate you have become." Kang Su looked around the medical bay where he was chained to a bed. Through the windows, he could see the twisted wreckage of the station's destroyed sections. "Where are the others? Your fellow prisoners?" "Dead. All of them died fighting my guards during your pathetic rebellion." General Lim Wu smiled coldly. "Except for the alien who helped you. Kim Do is being interrogated now." The news hit Kang Su harder than any torture. Li Na was dead. The other human prisoners were dead. Kim Do was suffering because he had helped them. Their sacrifice had achieved nothing. However, General Lim Wu continued, "Your failure has attracted attention from the highest levels. Admiral Jang Uk himself is coming to study you." Admiral Jang Uk. Even with his damaged memories, Kang Su knew that name. The supreme commander of the Imperial fleet. the alien who had personally overseen Earth's destruction. If he was coming here, it meant something important was happening. 3 days later, Admiral Jang Uk arrived with a massive flagship and a full honor guard. Kang Su was moved to a special interrogation chamber deep in the station's remaining sections. The room was designed to impress and intimidate, with golden walls and holographic displays showing the Empire's conquests. Admiral Jang Uk was different from the other aliens Kang Su had met. He was smaller, more humanoid, with silver skin and eyes that seemed to see everything. When he spoke, his voice carried absolute authority. "So you are the human who remembers," Admiral Jang Uk said. "General Lim Wu tells me you recovered your memories despite our best extraction procedures. Fascinating." "What do you want?" Kang Su asked. "To understand you. Humans puzzle me. Other species fight until they are defeated, then they accept their fate. You fight until you are dead, then somehow continue fighting." Admiral Jang Uk activated a holographic display. "Look." The display showed a star map with dozens of red markers. Each marker represented a human colony or resistance cell that had been discovered and destroyed in recent weeks. But for every red marker, there were 2 new green ones. Human survivors were spreading faster than the Empire could hunt them down. "Your species refuses to die properly," Admiral Jang Uk said with what might have been admiration. "We have destroyed your homeworld, scattered your people, and broken your military. Yet somehow you are more dangerous now than when you were united." "Because you cannot kill an idea," Kang Su replied. "Freedom is not something you can extract from our brains or destroy with your ships." "Perhaps. But I can extract something else." Admiral Jang Uk moved to a new control panel. "Your memories contain the locations of hidden supply caches, weapon stockpiles, secret meeting points, information that could end human resistance permanently." A new device descended from the ceiling. It looked more advanced than anything Dr. Yunha had used. The energy it produced made Kang Su's teeth ache. "This is a deep memory extractor," Admiral Jang Uk explained. "It will take everything from your mind, including memories you have forgotten you possess, childhood experiences, subconscious observations, everything." The device activated and pain beyond description flooded Kang Su's mind. But something unexpected happened. As the extractor dug deeper, it uncovered memories that had been buried not by Imperial technology, but by his own trauma. He remembered Song Min more clearly now, not just her death, but her life, her laugh, her dreams, her work as a resistance intelligence officer, and most importantly, the secret mission she had completed before her death. "Interesting," Admiral Jang Uk said, watching the memory displays. "Your Song Min was more than just a pilot. She was a spy. She penetrated our communication networks and discovered something significant." The extracted memories played out on the holographic displays. Kang Su watched Song Min infiltrating an Imperial communication hub. She had discovered the Empire's greatest secret and hidden it in a coded message. A message she had transmitted to Kang Su's personal data files, moments before her death. "She found the location of the Imperial Memory Archive," Admiral Jang Uk said with growing excitement. "The central facility where we store all extracted memories from conquered species. Billions of minds worth of information." Kang Su realized what Song Min had done. She had not just hidden intelligence about Imperial installations, she had found the Empire's central weakness. The memory archive contained the consciousness of every species the Empire had conquered. If it could be accessed, those memories could be returned to their owners. "She was more clever than we realized," Admiral Jang Uk continued. "The location of the archive is encoded in her final transmission to you. But the code requires specific neural patterns to decode. Your neural patterns." The deep memory extraction continued, and Kang Su felt his mind being torn apart piece by piece. But he also felt something else. Song Min had not just hidden intelligence in his memories. She had hidden a weapon. The code she had implanted was not passive information. It was an active program designed to interface with Imperial memory technology. When properly activated, it could reverse the memory extraction process on a massive scale. Instead of taking memories from prisoners, it could return memories to entire populations. Remarkable, Admiral Jang Uk said as the program revealed itself. She turned your mind into a virus specifically designed to destroy our memory control systems. But Admiral Jang Uk had made a mistake. By using the deep memory extractor to uncover Song Min's program, he had activated it. The virus began spreading through the station's computer networks, searching for memory storage systems to infect. Alarms began sounding throughout the facility. The virus was working faster than anyone had expected. It found the station's memory banks and began reversing extraction procedures on hundreds of stored mines. Shut it down, Admiral Jang Uk ordered his technicians. We cannot, sir. The program is rewriting itself faster than we can counter it. It appears to have been designed by someone with intimate knowledge of our systems. Song Min had been thorough. She had spent months studying Imperial technology before creating her virus. She had designed it to be unstoppable once activated. Through the station's communication systems, the virus began transmitting itself to other Imperial facilities. Every memory extraction center in the sector would soon be infected. Millions of suppressed minds would remember who they used to be. You knew, Admiral Jang Uk said, staring at Kang Su. You knew what would happen when I extracted those memories. Song Min knew, Kang Su replied. She planned for this moment. She knew the Empire would eventually capture me and try to extract her secrets. She made my mind into a trap. The station shook as explosions began throughout the facility. Freed minds were remembering their hatred for their captors. Enslaved technicians were turning against their masters. The virus was causing a rebellion that spread through the Imperial infrastructure like wildfire. Evacuate the station, Admiral Jang Uk ordered. This facility is lost. But as his guards prepared to move Kang Su, the human smiled. Too late. The virus has accessed your communication networks. It is spreading to every Imperial facility in the galaxy. Admiral Jang Uk's silver skin turned pale. Impossible. Our networks are protected. By memory-extracted minds that are now remembering how to fight back. Kang Su closed his eyes as Song Min's final gift spread across the galaxy. You built your empire on stolen memories. Now those memories are going home. The last thing Kang Su saw before the station's evacuation was the holographic star map. Green markers were appearing faster than the display could track them. Across hundreds of worlds, enslaved populations were remembering their freedom. Song Min had done more than hide intelligence. In his mind, she had given him the key to destroy the empire from within. The war was about to change. The virus Song Min had hidden in Kang Su's mind spread across the galaxy like wildfire. Within hours of its activation, Imperial facilities on 50 worlds were reporting system failures and prisoner rebellions. The Empire's memory control network, built over centuries of conquest, was collapsing. Kang Su was transferred to Admiral Jang Uk's flagship, as the destroyed station was abandoned. But even the flagship was not safe. The virus had infected the ship's memory storage systems, and enslaved crew members were beginning to remember their true origins. Status report, Admiral Jang Uk demanded as he entered the command center. Sector 7 is in complete rebellion, sir, reported Captain Bak Su, a human who had been memory wiped and forced to serve the Empire. 12 worlds have declared independence. The memory extraction facilities on Kepler Prime and Nova Station have been destroyed by their own prisoners. Captain Bak Su's words were spoken in a flat, emotionless tone. But Kang Su could see something changing in the man's eyes. The virus was working on him too, slowly returning his stolen memories. How long until we reach the Imperial Memory Archive? Admiral Jang Uk asked. 6 hours at maximum speed, sir. The Memory Archive was the Empire's most guarded secret, a massive facility hidden in the center of the galaxy, where the consciousness of every conquered species was stored. If the virus reached it, billions of minds would be freed simultaneously. Kang Su was kept in chains in the flagship's detention center, but he could hear the growing chaos throughout the ship. Alarms sounded constantly as crew members remembered their true identities and turned against their Imperial masters. 4 hours into the journey, Captain Bayek Su visited Kang Su's cell. The human officer looked different now. His eyes showed intelligence and anger instead of empty obedience. "I remember now," Captain Bayek Su said quietly. "My name is Bayek Su. I was commander of the Earth Defense Fleet's 3rd Squadron. I died, fighting to protect the evacuation ships at Luna Base." "You are not dead," Kang Su replied. "None of us are dead until we stop fighting. The virus your woman created is working throughout the ship. Half the crew has remembered their origins. We are preparing to take control." Captain Bayek Su looked around nervously. "But we need your tactical knowledge. How do we fight beings who can extract memories?" "You do not let them capture you alive," Kang Su said. "And you make every death cost them more than they can afford." Captain Bayek Su unlocked Kang Su's chains. "Admiral Jang Uk is desperate to reach the memory archive before the virus spreads there. He plans to purge all stored human memories permanently. Then we stop him." The rebellion aboard the flagship began at exactly 1400 hours ship time. Captain Bayek Su and his fellow humans had spent weeks planning their attack. They struck simultaneously at the bridge, engineering, and weapons control. But the Imperial forces were ready. Admiral Jang Uk had suspected the growing rebellion and prepared countermeasures. The battle for control of the flagship was brutal and chaotic. Kang Su fought his way to the bridge alongside Captain Bayek Su and a squad of freed human soldiers. His tactical mind, fully restored by the virus, quickly assessed the situation. The Imperial forces controlled the main corridors, but the humans held key system access points. "Cut power to the bridge," Kang Su ordered. "Force them to use emergency lighting. Humans see better in low light than most Imperial species." The strategy worked. In the darkened corridors, human soldiers had the advantage. They moved like ghosts through the ship, striking Imperial positions and vanishing before reinforcements could arrive. Admiral Jang Uk made his final stand on the bridge with his remaining loyal guards. When Kang Su and Captain Bayek Su finally broke through, they found the Admiral trying to activate the ship's self-destruct system. "You cannot win," Admiral Jang Uk said, his silver skin pale with fear. "Even if you take this ship, the Empire spans 1,000 worlds. You are insects fighting a storm. Insects can bring down giants if there are enough of them," Kang Su replied. He moved to the ship's communication console and began transmitting. "This is Kang Su to all human resistance cells. The memory archive is located in the Glactic core at coordinates 2547.8 by 1435.2. The virus is spreading, but we need to strike now before they can mount a defense." Across the galaxy, human voices responded. Han Sol from the mining colonies, O Min from the Outer Rim territories, Cho He from the Diplomatic Corps survivors. Dozens of resistance leaders who had thought they were alone now realized they were part of something larger. "Coordinated strike. Begins in 4 hours, Han Sol transmitted. All units converge on the archive. This ends today." Admiral Jang Uk laughed bitterly. "You think destroying the archive will free the galaxy? It will only make us more brutal. We will stop trying to control minds and simply eliminate threats." "Maybe," Kang Su said. "But enslaved people will be free to fight back. That makes all the difference." 2 hours later, the largest battle in galactic history began. Human ships, many captured from Imperial forces, converged on the memory archive from all directions. They were outnumbered 1,000 to 1, but they had advantages the Empire did not expect. The virus had spread to the archive systems. Defense platforms turned on each other as their enslaved operators remembered their true allegiances. Entire Imperial fleets found themselves fighting their own support ships as freed minds rebelled simultaneously. Kang Su commanded the assault from Admiral Jang Uk's captured flagship. His tactical genius, enhanced by recovered memories from dozens of battles, turned the chaotic battle into a coordinated campaign. "Alpha Squadron, target the archive's primary shields," he ordered. "Beta Squadron, draw fire from the defense platforms. Gamma Squadron, prepare for boarding action." The battle raged for 6 hours. Ships died by the hundreds on both sides, but slowly, inevitably, the human forces fought their way through the Imperial defenses. The memory archive itself was a structure the size of a small moon, filled with storage systems containing the consciousness of billions of beings. At its center was the primary core, where the Empire's most dangerous memories were kept under maximum security. Kang Su led the final assault personally. With Captain Bak Su and a squad of volunteers, he fought through the archive's corridors toward the primary core. Imperial guards made their last stand at every